Look at these faces. Do you know what they all have in common? They're part Asian. Better yet, 100% Hapa. What's a Hapa? Let's ask Kip Fulbeck. He's had to answer that question all his life. Maybe that's why he's inked his Chinese heritage on his back.
I grew up Buddhist. She's the goddess of mercy. Basically, it's kind of a karma thing.
Call it karma or an identity badge, this California surfer knows the meaning of Hapa. It's a Hawaiian slang term for people of mixed racial heritage with partial roots in Asian and/or Pacific Islander ancestry. Kip is the only Hapa in his family. His Chinese mother had 4 children before her first husband died. She came to America where she married a man with European roots and gave birth to Kip.
I grew up in a Chinese household. My siblings are all full-blooded Chinese from China. I grew up as like the white kid.
But he wasn't just a white kid, and neither are some students Kip teaches in his identity class at UC Santa Barbara.
I'm the only half-Thai person I know.
Actually, there are 1.6 million Hapas in the United States. There was no way to count them until the 2000 census, when people were allowed to check more than one box for race.
For my whole life, it was always check one box. Basically meant mom or dad. Pick one. Yeah. You know, it's like Sophie's choice. I'm not going to do it. So I want people to be able to realize that millions of people go through the same thing all the time, and that's all right.
But it isn't always easy, at least not for this little girl. That's me. Yes, I'm a Hapa too. A baby born of war to a Vietnamese mother and an American serviceman. I get a lot of times, a lot of people think I'm Hispanic, or, you know, a lot of people think I'm something. And they
well, you got to be down with the Rasta. Come on, Betty.
Right. I mean, how many different cultures and nationalities have people mistaken you for?
Oh my God, I get all of them. From, you know, I usually get Hawaiian, Filipino, Middle Eastern, Black, Mexican, South American. Rarely, I never get Chinese.
And that's why Kip traveled the country taking photographs for his book called Part Asian, 100% Hapa. Everyone answered a question asked 1,000 times. What are you? Some said, I feel like a chameleon socially. No one questions my father's race or ethnicity, but suddenly, one generation later, I'm not Asian? I am a daily contest to guess what I am.
I'm Vietnamese, and if you hear my mom speak, you'd believe me too.
Sophia Means is a model who believes that she's missed out on jobs because she's not one race with one look. And yet, times may be changing for Hapas.
Every now and again I book work and they want a girl who's ethnically ambiguous. And it's nice to see that category now. I don't think it existed before.
I'm the guy who says and does whatever he wants because whoever I'm with, white or Asian, just says to himself, it's okay, he's half.
Daniel Spickard is half Chinese and half Caucasian. Do you feel like that you've received some of the benefits of being a little bit of both?
Sometimes I do feel a little more unique in the fact that it's not just another face in the crowd.
They might just be the faces of the future, already dubbed the poster children for 21st century globalization. In this book, I think what's fascinating is not only do they look different, but there's always this sense of, I've got to explain who I am. You know?
Oh, I got a story about that. I gave people these half sheets of paper to write their statements. I'd be like, go ahead, write a statement, just respond to the question, what are you? If you don't like it, here's some more paper. I had one girl go through 17 pages, just crumpling up, throwing away, crumpling up, throwing away. And I had one girl at a shoot in LA where she sat for the entire shoot, 3 hours, with her pen, and she never made a mark.
Which speaks to how many Hapas are searching for their true identity. And that's why Kip created his Book of Faces.
Ultimately, I think I want it to be a thing of celebration. I want people to really celebrate the diversity of Hapa people, and so it's not a thing of like, oh, I know someone that's half Asian too. Oh, yeah, oh, you kind of look like him. It's like vastly varied people, and I want people to be able to go and put themselves out there and have it be a real celebratory thing.
So, Professor Fulbeck's lesson is this. It's perfectly normal for Hapas to deal with identity issues, and preserved in these pages, each face tells a unique story.